Welcome back to Foundry. My name is Niels and we are continuing on our early access Let's Play, and my objective is to go through the entire game as long as there is an interest both here and on Twitch. So basically the idea is that I go through it on Twitch and then I structure it into a more coherent and more design-oriented playthrough here on YouTube. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to continue on that journey. Let's take a look at where we are. We have, well, that was not actually what I wanted to click. If we look at our tech tree, because that's what drives us. The tech tree is, we've done everything that we can under the red signs. You can see all the signs here is now has blue, red, and green. So that means we need to get to the green signs, and that's the obvious next step. If we look at this, we got the advanced machinery parts last time, we got the pipes last time. So its objective for us now is to get the concrete. So we need to make concrete today, and then make the signs so we can get the first little bit spin of green signs going. Once we have green signs, the next thing we want to do is then in the future episode is take a look at the olomite, which is oleum, and that will lead us towards the jetpack. That will be sort of the blitz towards the jetpack we want to go in the next episode. So this 2D-ness will soon be over. So what have I done? I have, of course, done a little preparation, because I always do that, a little bit of preparation for us. So what we have here is a mineral rock location that is deep underground. Well, not deep underground, but it's under my bus. So I have dug it out. I have filtered in here. It's pretty cool that you can take these big boxes here. This works as both a balancer, sorter, splitter, all that stuff. So you can bring things in, and then it'll be balanced out. So unlike Satisfactory, I love comparing things to Satisfactory. Unlike Satisfactory, where a box is not a balancer, here they are actually balancers. So that's perfectly brilliant, perfectly as we wanted to. So what are we going to do? Well, we are going to build some stuff. Let's have a look at it. We need to make concrete. So concrete production is up here. Concrete comes from cement and gravel. And cement comes from mineral rocks, gravel comes from mineral rocks, and then we also need a little bit of xenoferrite rubble. So what I want to do is I get each of these belts are 320 outbound, and I will then get, let's go over to this one. Yeah, I don't want to be, so I'm going to be dragging a belt. Is it here? I think that might be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that seem reasonable? Yeah, that seems reasonable. Good. And then this is the closer thing. So this is going to be a branch in. This will be first. I'm going to make the gravel because that was up here. We need to make gravel. Yes. We also eventually need to make glass, but that's a simple build. It's basically the same thing. So that means here we are going to get that one and a balancer out. So we'll just bring things in here, and then we need to build a crusher there, and that will be precision outbound. There it is. Crusher makes gravel, and then we can look at the numbers. 10. So what I want to do is I want to have 16 of these, so that consumes half the belt here for making gravel, and that will come out as 420. So that'll come out as more than one belt. So we need to make Q and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I need 2 outbounds. 2 outbound belts here, because that's there. Oops, this one's only, wow, that was weird. This belt is only 320, so we need to do this. Oh, I need to make sure that I copy with Control Q. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, misplaced. There, and then I need to bring stuff in again. That's going to be on this belt here, and that will be another branch off this mineral line here. I know it's going to be a little bit quick, but we have a lot of ground to cover. Now, so that means we now have gravel coming out here. I want to make sure that we get as much coverage in one episode as possible, and then you can get these designs and you can see how it works. And remember, there are no such thing as blueprints, but if you want to get these designs, then take a look at the base by yourself, or if you want to continue from where I play, then I make all my save games available to Patreon supporters. So if you're supporting on Patreon, you get access to all these glorious save games. We need to now do another branch here, because we're going to get more stuff in, and that's going to be here. And let's think. Yeah. I'm a little bit in doubt about this now. This will make cement, right? This will make cement. So let's look at the cement. I think that's also in a crusher. Let's take a look at it. So it'll be aligned up here. Like that. So that is cement. What does that take? That takes, again, 10 mineral rock per minute. And there. And it then outputs 10. So I'm going to be building, again, we'll take the other half of the belt here. It's not exactly at a 1-to-1 ratio. It is 60% of the resources go into the cement and 20% of the resources go into this. And I will then have an inbound belt here. I think that makes sense. Yep, and there. And that goes out on the other side here. Alright, so now we have cement being built. And I need to obviously make this cement. Hold on. Is this correct? Yeah. Yeah, but we need an extra output. Yes. So I'm going to get an output here. That will be cement output. That one. And this will now have to be coming from up. Here and here. And that allows you to go underneath. And this is going to be the concrete inbound or the mineral rock inbound, which we'll be getting here. I'm not making all the inserters. We're going to start by making the whole design and then put all the loaders in first. There. There. And get a box here. Right. So now I have the two input. The mineral rock is input on this belt. The output cement is on this belt, which goes into a box. And the xenoferrite is coming in here, which is going to go in. So I'll get it from this location, which is kind of diminishing, but we'll get it from there. So that means now we have the gravel and we have the cement. So now we need to make it into the next part, which is definitely a little bit more complicated. And let's see. There. That's a bigger machine. So we'll get this one here. Yeah, let's figure out how that works. Is it... there's also a little bit of a weird thing about this, is that it doesn't quite work with the panels and all that stuff. So it says that it has an input here. Oh, hold on. I actually have to set it like this. And this says this is not an input, but this is an input. And this is... So they can't be taking them in both sides. So this is not an input and this is an input. So you have to make sure that the panel is away and they're opposite. Okay, so there's just one side that has to come in and one is probably the output that we don't have any of it. Yeah. So this is the recipe. This is 8. So if we want to design this, then I have 10 on either side. Yeah, let's make 10 on either side. And we need 2 inputs and we need 1 output and then the liquid. Liquid is going to be up here, but I'm going to get an input. Let's get that. So this will be an input. I don't want more than one space between them there. So that's an input, and I think that means we can get you moved a little bit over, and we only have 1 input on the outside, so yeah, that seemed good, and that was the wrong way. There. Panel towards us, otherwise it will not look correct. I'm just gonna check. We have water in here, good. So that is the gravel inbound because it's the highest quantity. Then we're gonna get cement inbound here. Cement will go in. And we're going to get the concrete out. And, oops, I need to copy it with a recipe. And then I need to flip it like this. And then make sure that it is aligned. Okay. And then I have an input here of gravel. Right. That makes sense, I think. And then we'll just paste it here. What is that, 4? That's 4, okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then I rotate it so that it fits. Building out counts. We can just build it as many as the previous one. So what are we going to get here? We are going to get a lot of concrete. Lots of concrete. Now we just need to bring it in. We have the gravel coming out from over on this side. That will go somewhere like this and somewhere like this until it reaches enough. And this here, maybe like this. And you are going to go out, and from this side I am going to get up here, and slope down there. And oh no, the whole thing is one off. No. Okay. We can fix it. We can fix it. By getting this out here. Then it works. And because that has to go down there, and then I'm gonna go upslope, upslope, upslope. And that's a pretty good setup. Oops, that's one off. Downslope here. Good, so that's gravel coming into that side. That is here, and gravel coming in on this side here. Okay, I like this. This is looking good. And then cement, gravel. And this is gravel coming in, cement on the underneath, and gravel here. And then I'll just take this one. That's it. Then from here I will get on the bus, and I think I'll get it just here and slope up, and then merge into this line that I have prepared. Excellent. All right, so this is just what I need, and I think now I'll just hook up all of the loaders and all the pipes as well, so we get that sorted, and then we're ready to enable it. I think I've hooked everything up by now, but is there any way to know? Well, there's one way to know, and that is to activate the whole damn thing. Look at how densely packed all of this is. All the way down, we got inputs, outputs, turning all of them the right way, I hope. We got inputs, outputs all the way here. Just setting it all up, so all we can do now is, well, here we have this is the xenoferrite in, so we'll start by enabling this inbound, because that's not the primary. It goes in, and gets picked up by all of these cement makers. Also, there might be something I've forgotten in terms of that. Then we have all the water inbound. This is coming in, and it's splitting up here. I think the water thing, it's a little bit difficult to work with because you get better at it. Like the way that you can rotate it on 3 axes is just impossible for someone like me to figure out which axis I actually need to turn it on. But we can also hover V, and then you can see how much is inside, or not hover, but press the V button. Then you can see how much is inside each of the pipes. And this should be stacking up. There can be 500 in each segment. And they're just pumping in. I put a pump here because I don't know about the throughput, but maybe I need a little bit more throughput. So now the only thing we need is activating here. So let's see how it goes and then fix all the mistakes. So this goes in now, makes gravel, and just slowly, the way that works here is that obviously this splits, it comes in 320 and then 160 comes in here, but this can only consume 80. Then then it's 160 on this belt, that means 80 goes in here, which is exactly what it can do. But then it's only 80 that moves onwards, that means 40 comes in here and 40 goes in there. Even this one is getting Like it's even 20 on this one and 20 onwards. So when this one stacks up, this one gets to 40. That's still not enough. So we're gonna have to wait until the first one, which is getting 160 inbound, but only consumes 20. Only consumes. Oops. Only consumes 80, then that will sort of stack up. You can see it's starting to stack up here as it's not really taking any more in. As it stacks up, more will go on to the next belt and then they'll be working more balanced. But we are getting the gravel out here, coming from both sides. Yes, gravel is coming out. It's looking good and it goes in to the next build. Are we seeing any production of cement? Yes, we are seeing cement production. We'll only see a little bit of cement on this one because it's not getting enough materials inbound. We'll also not see all of them activate, but at least we should be seeing things activate. Oh, look at that. Concrete is coming out. We have concrete on the bus. We have already built concrete. All right, it took a little bit of time. So let's see. It's only really the first ones that are huffing and puffing. Hopefully in time we'll see more. Yep, they're gradually scaling up more. The whole thing will be operating, and of course at some point this will be also done. So what I need to do now, or want to do now, is basically do the same thing as I did for the gravel, but in this case I'm going to do it for the other line because I also want to make glass, because, well, why not make glass as well while we're at it. So I'm going to be taking in here, and it's just going to be exactly the same build. This one, oh, I didn't do the control copy. There, control Q with recipes. There. I don't have enough. Well, these are, okay. Let me get some more of this. Actually, this whole thing is super easy to set up, so it's going to be exactly the same as the other one, except it's going to be glass. And for the glass, I also need some smelters. These smelters, I'll need 8 of those for 16 of the other builds. So let me grab those stuff and then build it. We'll see. Go on with the next. And this is the glass production. I mean, maybe. Let's see if it is the glass production once we hook it up. And I'll be here. So glass production is only the mineral rock. Mineral rock goes in here. 80 on this row, 80 on the other row. So yes, we have way more capacity here than we need. And that should be going in and just be making... Come on, get something outbound here. Something I really love when designing these things in Foundry is the fact that I don't have to worry about inserter capacity. These loaders, they just have infinite capacity, so you just set one and then you know that that's it. So I think that is incredibly useful. Now let's see if they are actually smelting here. Looks like they're smelting. It looks like we're gonna get glass, and we have the very first glass. Good. So we now have concrete and glass on the bus, and we can then get the bus further down here. That is gonna be... Oh no, someone has been... okay. Oops. I guess I'm gonna be moving you a little bit further out. Yes, so you come after the glass as well. So that's here and here. That's fine. That doesn't matter. It's all good. So let's clean up the bus and then get ready for actually building the science then. What a glorious bus we have here. All the things we need are now available. Glass and concrete are the latest 2 additions, but we have many more things. So what do we need to do now? Well, we need to add the next part. And the next part is actually making science. And I wasn't going to build the science on the bus, but I kind of have to, I guess. The reason why I'm thinking I kind of have to is because I do have pipes and advanced mechanical units already here, and I mean those are ingredients, so we're gonna get there. And we also have the concrete, so those are the 3 ingredients, and they're also on the bus, so we're gonna build it here and then just, well, deal with it. So there's only 1 per minute, and my target for this playthrough is 10 science per minute. That's just how much science I want to build. I think that's a really good number if you look at science generally. Also, when we just dig a little bit deeper in this, that was a dead end here, that one, and maybe even go to some, like, take something like this. This is 150, so if I could make that 150 and I make 10 per minute, then it's only like 15 minutes to complete like big researches. So it's not like they scale into the thousands, it seems. So 10 times per minute seems like a really good number. It's still quite a significant amount. So what do we need? We need 3 inputs here, and that means I'm gonna have let's see, I'm gonna have 2 inputs on the outside And then I'm going to have an input and an output in the middle, and then I'm going to have the other row of 5, and then the same on the other side. So that's how it goes. So that means we need to figure out which one is the first one we have. Is it pipes, electronics, or that? That is going to be the electronics. That's here. So this is going to be the first branch we can do. I know there's a little bit better way you can do this if you really want to save some space, but I'm not much in the space saving department here. That's the one. And the next one will be, it was pipes or it was concrete. Then let's make concrete here. That is this row, that one. And then we get concrete down here. That one. So that means we now have the 2 inputs, and not surprising. Oops, did that work? Need to move it a little bit. And that is concrete inbound. Good. Right, so that's 2 inbounds, and they're probably going to stretch all the way out here. And let's make it correct. So that means you go out, and that's going to be 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then I'm going to get an input coming from the bus. That will be the last one, which means pipes. And then an output that goes out here and then stretches, I don't know, that way. Then let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10 of this. And that means this goes in and this goes in. These are inputs. So now we need to just merge these back in, and then we're ready to hook it up. I think this is done, and we can now start hooking them up. I want this all to just start somewhat simultaneously so we can see the mistake immediately for all of them. All right, let's see. This one's getting what it needs, so I am starting to work. And what about the first one over here? It is also getting what it needs. Okay, we see small puffs of smoke. That is absolutely brilliant. What we can do in the meantime is we can just drag this and hope that all of it works, not just a little bit of it. There. Closer. And this needs to go all the way back. I sure so hope I am hitting somewhere nice as we go all the way back to the start. We will also now, this is a tunnel I've dug into a technum deposit, which turned out to be underground, which was a little bit unfortunate. I thought it was on the other side of the mountain, but it was actually underneath the mountain. Here we have a massive issue that I am just going to ignore for now, but I'll fix between sessions. Getting some more xenoferrite, because our xenoferrite deposit is completely dead. And did I just misplace it? No, I completely perfectly placed it. Ah, that's nice. Love it when it works like this sometimes. And I'm going to make another one. And you're going to get an input here, and an output here. And then will be oh, I did not get an input. Yeah, and then go downslope, perfect. Do we have anything inbound? No, but they should be coming in at some point, and then we are in a fortunate position. I am just gonna skip the first one because I want to make sure that we actually see that they're coming in here, or see that they're working. And that's an intake. This is into our research servers there, and that should now be able to take it. And I will now figure out what is the most important first research we have at this tech. It is I don't know. It's probably the Olomite. Well, that's kind of boring. Mining force allows us to... It's like... I think that what we really want to do here is work our way straight towards the jetpack, which will be obviously in the next episode. So we should see why is nothing coming in. I guess we have to go back and figure out why nothing is coming in, or maybe it's just slow. Oh, no, it's just slow. There we go. Ah, they're coming in perfect. They're not coming in fast, they're coming in at 10 per minute. And that will get us the very first little bit of science going in here. I just want to see it go into this box and just being like, yes, we have it in the box. Brilliant. There we go. And it goes out. And it goes into the first research server. There we go. It's working. And we will now see... I'll just run back and see that the whole thing is working. looking very nice. So that's actually quite a lot of stuff. Oh, this is dreadful. Quite a lot of stuff we got built in this episode. I think we got the green science done, so now we have access to a ton more science, really interesting things. We need to start working a lot more with liquids, working with the oilomite, the oil. Okay, hold on. If I go up here, I can see they're all huffing and puffing. So that's excellent. So that means they're all working. Great. And the concrete comes out. Our bus is glorious here. And that facility over here is just working. The glass facility is done. Lots of glass. That will fill up soon. We'll need that for a few other things like greenhouses and that kind of thing. Then we have our gravel and our cement. Gravel and cement gets combined in the casting machine into concrete, which we already have now fully stacked up. Perfect. Only thing we could do was making some greenhouses here to make some automatic biomass, but I'll just set that up myself. So I think that's a really good structure in order for us to get started on next. Oh no, why is that? Oh, this version is not working because it's this full storage. So, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful. Got some good inspiration for some designs that maybe you can incorporate in your own facility. And to get onwards, we are going to continue this. I'll be working on oilomite and towards the jetpack in the next episode. And from there on, I guess we'll be figuring out what it is onwards. There are some weird tech down here that's interesting. So we of course work towards jetpack, but later on there are these things like maintenance drones. And then after that maintenance drones, it goes into construction industry, which is something really weird, like transport, ship, port, construction-wise, really interesting. So if you just hang around on the channel, maybe even subscribe, then you will be seeing us uncover the next parts of the next phases of this game with weird new techs and big buildings and drones and robots and all that weird stuff. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If there have good ideas, bad ideas, encouragements or discouragements, leave them in the comment section below. Also remember, I'm streaming on Twitch usually 2 days a week at this point for Foundry, so come check out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Nilaus, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care and stay effective.